Hello and welcome back. West of Loathing not West of Loathing, Shadows. West of Loathing, completely different game. But the music made me think of it. So we are at Mudhenge. We are searching the Big Moist Swamp for any signs of Charles. There's a handful of these things. It's okay. Very clean booth for such a muddy hen. Welcome to Mudhenge. What is this place? Mudhenge. That. It's one of the area's most popular henges. Folks travel from all over to see this mysterious. I've heard of Stonehenge like that. I don't see comparison. You don't? Size. Look, we could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big. Stonehenge is strong. I've gone all over this. So with respect, what I'm interested in talking about is Mudhenge, which is a formidable monument of its own right, and so much more than a first draft Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the magazines. I'd like to visit. Well, and why wouldn't you? It's the best and most mysterious henge this side of the border. Admission is to meet. Well, thank you. I knew you wouldn't be able to come all this way without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over just about everything we know about the history of the ancient monument. Looking for someone. Charles Wallace, about my height. Similar build? Another missing person? Another? I don't mean to upset you. Mudhenge can be difficult. Some folks have a habit of walking into Mudhenge and never coming out. That's why we don't promote the Mudhenge challenge. The Mudhenge challenge anymore. Doesn't sound like a challenge. It sounds sort of like murder. But it's that very real risk of going missing that makes Mudhenge such a popular destination for tourists. Go missing? Oh, sure. Folks get their thrills in different ways, but in the end, we all gotta get them. Me, I like to make earrings out of live scorpions. Oh, I've been there. Yeah, you get it. Have you seen Charles? Sorry, I couldn't tell you. Folks don't always leave a name when they visit. Get on my way, thanks. A gross, muddy flower. Someone's going to lose their job at the fence factory. Squeaks through. Oh, okay. Hey! I need 13 hobo knowledge for that? How much hobo knowledge do I have? Full literacy, only level 12. Upsetting. What's this? I need mysticality. Same place. That over to the east. Wait, oh. There's something there. I accidentally hit a door and can't find what. What's that thing? Anyway, what was that? Great, now how do I get out of here? figure out where that hobo rock is again. Oh, hi! You sure ditched on quick. Oh, hi! Fella? Am I supposed to be going insane? Is that why all these people keep leaving? I don't even know what I do here. Okay, here we go. Back to the segment with that rock. Least preferred type of puzzle, the one where you're doing things and you have to figure out what the puzzle is before you're allowed to actually before you can actually complete the puzzle. You have to figure out see. I went through one of the doors because it looked like it had little sparkles around it, maybe? How do I get out of here? How do I get out? How do I reset? Wait, what was that? Just leave? Oh, hey, here she is. State your business. About the missing children, Tom and Kathy? Yeah, that's a sad song. You need to talk to, I guess either Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy with that. But I won't let either of them know you've been speaking to the other. The bosses, they don't talk. I wouldn't let either of them speak. Oh. Okay. Those, huh? Guys look suspiciously. This guard seems important. Are the shotguns keeping you out or someone else in? Who cares? I'm going in. Let's see. The grizzled mariner must hate being stuck behind a desk. Greetings, as a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk? Excuse me, I make 6 figures a year behind this desk and mind your manners. You're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer of Largemouth Bass & Sons. Are you here about Kathy? Sorry, what do you debone? As I said, I'm the Chief Deboning Officer here. My team and I debone the largemouth bass, after which it is passed over to my colleague across the way for reboning. Are you saying you'd have to take out the fish's bones and put them back in? It's tradition. For generations, a Tracy has deboned the bass and a Chapman rebones them. That process is what gives our bass its patented largemouth feel. Okay, this game. Saw some posters about some missing children. That's right, 3 nights ago, Kathy disappeared along with all her clothes, possessions, the contents of that safe there, and the company truck. All in the Chapman kid. That's like she ran away from home. I'll excuse the remark, as you don't know my Kathy, but suffice it to say that's impossible. Kathy loves largemouth bass almost as much as assuming preordained roles in a multi-generational family business. No, Kathy would not simply leave home. There's a much simpler explanation. Occam's gator. Occam's gator? A monstrous gator man, centuries old, 10 feet tall if he's an inch. The scales as blue as the deepest ocean. He has 2 tails sharp as razors, and he's not afraid to shave you. His appetites are insatiable. He'll strike at night and gobble up our fish, guns, tax returns, whatever. Now I fear for my Kathy. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since our grandfather was in toddler pants. I sometimes think the swamp itself summoned to be our torment. Friend Charles is missing. Could Occam's have taken him too? Certainly, it's possible. I don't think the criminality of the Occam's gator knows any bounds. If the Occam's ate Kathy, aren't we too late? Not necessarily. Occam's only handicap is his glacially slow digestion. Go ask Sylvester of Gardevoir. He was swallowed up by Occam's, but by stripping off in his belly and greasing his body in Occam's own fat, he was able to slither up out of Occam's jaw while the great beast slept. Okay, where can I find Sylvester? Don't know. We had to terminate him for attempting to unionize. Okay, let's just talk about this. If you must, but I must warn you, my daughter's abduction makes me a poor conversationalist. Do you think if Cicero's daughter went missing, he could have gone... If Cicero's daughter had gone missing, he could have gone on and said all the famous sayings for which Cicero is known? Question about your daughter. Excuse me, it's just that my Kathy always loved. Think she ate her? You have to understand, for decades, Occam's gator has been the sole author of this business's misfortune. Could he eat a child? Absolutely. That's his M.O., or monstrous operandi. Is there a finder's fee? 300 meat and my granddaughter's fishing. But I'm running the show, alright? Not Chapman. I know he's got a boy missing too, but you can't just involve a reboner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, keep him out of it. What's so special about the fishing rod? It's so special, it can catch things your scientists are saying are impossible to find in water. How about that? If it doesn't catch fish? Yes, but also impossible things. Deal. Good. Now, Peter, our guard by the front gate, was last to see Occam's gator in the sickening flesh. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but dared not enter himself. I'll mark it on your map. I'm convinced that's where you'll find Occam's. Inside Occam's, Kathy. Gatorman Hamlet. Bring her home, do you hear me? Be on my way. Pay a visit. Give us something? What's back there? Crew quarters off limits. Live here? Where the fish live, we live. Can I go inside? No, that's the space for the Tracy families like it's our crib. Okay, never mind. Bathroom? Oh, it's a mess in there. Oh, I don't mind. I don't mean it's messy. I'm saying that's the room where we have meals. It's that type of mess. I thought they really only used that term in the armed forces. You don't consider fishing to be part of the armed forces? Why do you think what do you think we use to hold the rocks? Arms. That's right. Right? I walk the other way and talk to everybody else. Largemouth bass are really as large as they say. Let's go fishing. Hope you're not planning on sticking that rod in there. They have exclusive license to fish in there. Oh my god. This pool is the birthplace of the largest mouth loot, a bass present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence on August 2nd, 1982. He returned to his home waters to die, but his body was viscous puddle reflects a face. Puddle or to the man? Puddle. Oh, sir. I can't understand you. Talk to the man. What's the matter? She's left me. Who left me? Amphibious truck. Oh, so not a person? No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks. So what happened to your truck? Our truck. It's the company truck. Use it to take the fish to market. A couple of nights ago, I forgot to fill her up before bed, and that must have really ticked her off because the next morning she was gone. Oh, no, nothing. Could it have anything to do with the missing kids? Tom and Kathy, you'd have to talk. Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy. Maybe they took the truck? I don't know. Seems like a stretch. When did the children go missing? Same day as the truck, but I think it's probably a coincidence. It's this puddle. It's the gas I never gave her that night. It's here now in our special place, waiting for her. Waiting for her to come home. Oh my gosh, guy. He poured the gas into the water as a way of trying to, like, basically the same way someone puts out a bowl of food for a missing dog. How far could someone have gone in the truck? Did the gas left in her? Couldn't have gone further than 100 miles. 100 miles, okay. No, 100. Sorry, 100 is fisherman's lingo. It means 11. Missing truck, huh? That's a shame. Oh, are you suggesting this truck is sentient? It's funny, I wouldn't have thought so, but I can't see any further explanations for it running off the way it has. It's in the truck, that's a she'll be back. She has to come back. She'll run out of gas otherwise, and then where she will be. Where will she be? There's something fishy going on there. Kitty! Bucket is described. A stranger is just a chum you haven't met yet. Campaign for my real chums, real pain for my sham chums. Chum pain for my real chums, real pain for my chum chums. That one's get a little more esoteric. Fishermen's cats are a touchy sort and regard unproven outsiders with highest suspicion. Got a pet. He avoids her touch. Will only sense true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will it become suspicious. Back here, your quarters? How would you know that? That's where Mr. Tracy has his. Maybe the two of you are more similarly not to met. Back off, Floyd. You let a dogfish into my socks. Okay, never mind, sorry. Book of Kara, slow with the reboning knife of righteousness, as a complete baspin. Surely a fisherman yearns for a glorious death at sea, not wind up behind a desk. Oh, maybe a sea creature has tried to give me one, pal, but before they can get their teeth in me, I've reboned them 6 ways to Sontag. Spits one a chewing tobacco out the door. Guy Chapman, Chief Reboning Officer, Largemouth Bass and Son. You must be Tony, the one I hear is thrown in with his lot with that woeful deboner next door. Oh, surprised I know your name? The largemouth bass have ears. Looking for someone myself. Charles Wallace? See a fish? No? Then I'm not the person you should ask. I'm a fisherman. My bag is fish. You're looking for a human? You want to be asking some sort of human fisherman. You are a human fisherman. His expression turns sour now that you've poked a hole in his premise and he's lost it. Okay, I don't know where your friend is. Alright. Talk about your son. Not sure I want to discuss my son with a confederate of Kathy Tracy, that Jezebel of a deboner's wife. She's a delinquent sorceress who never cared a Walt Whitman for what we do here with largemouth bass, and she led my Tom into the belly of Occam's gator. You think Tom could have run away on his own? Absolutely not. Tom's a third-generation bass boy, proud and true. But just last month he said, "I'm excited about my future reboning in largemouth bass, Dad." Does that sound like the words of a boy with one foot out the door? No, there's a simpler explanation. The siren call of Kathy Tracy lures good men into the bellies of gators. I've heard of him. As long as there's been a largemouth bass and sons, there has been an Occam's gator to our great misfortune. I'd venture that there is no creature of the land nor sea quite so terrible. 12 feet tall he is, red as a furnace with smoke blowing from his nostrils. He and his rapacious appetites are a plague on our business. He'll eat everything we've got, largemouth bass, everything. It keeps me up at night wondering what we did to deserve him. Is it a sin against the land to both debone and rebone fish? Perhaps. But dang it, that's what gives our bass his zing. That's all I wanted to ask about. That's all I wanted to answer. See. Okay. Guard seems happy to be here, but skeptical of you. Alright, let's head to this gator town. Now here's a sad sight. An old house, abandoned long ago, the swamp, half sucked in the wet muck. Passes for roads these days. Might have been a nice family. Let's look at it. Shame is all. Let's check out. Jeepers creepers, there's a bandit shot dead on the floor right in the foyer. Must have come here looking for treasure. From the sight of it, he wasn't the only one. Oh, the stink of death hangs heavy. Let's explore it. Holy gosh, sitting in the sitting room is littered with bodies. 3 more bandits and the entire defensive line in the Ocean City football team. Obviously, what happened, bandits and football players got sold the same line on a buried treasure by some shifty rumor monger. Both groups came here searching for the fortune, ran into each other, and everyone got shot to pieces. Wherever the double dealer who sold him the tip is now, he'd better be smiling. Oh, he's here in the kitchen, also shot. By a bandit and a linebacker, looks like, but he got him too, poor pathetic souls. Now the bedroom, the finish line. Here's who made it. Quarterback and the wide receiver. You'd figured they'd have been on the same side, but they shot each other in the back simultaneously. There's nothing in here but a single jewelry box on a nightstand. Ain't that funny? All greed and debt for a couple of trinkets. Nothing rots a person like greed. Yoink! Hold back tears. Continue where we were going. Let's say we open it. Oh! The Gatormen are real. Guards stop in their tracks and start sniffing around suspiciously. They're almost certain to notice you if you're getting closer. What am I looking at here? Oh, have you not seen a gator man yet? Sorry, it's hard to keep track. These are the guys Jessica mentioned, and they're pretty much what you'd expect from the name Gatorman. They're intelligent, upright, walking alligators. They have tough, scaly skin, lots of teeth, bad attitudes about everything that they aren't already eating. They especially hate intruders, and a second bigger reason that this swamp isn't a popular tourist destination. The first being it's a swamp. Anyway, staying put isn't an option. Which way do you want to go, and how? Charge or recharge? Charge! Gator Scream Mouth. Against the Scream, decreasing my stats and buffing party. Against the heal an ally by throwing a pastry at it. Munch a mushroom with unpredictable effects. You know what? We're starting with her. This guy's got highest strength she can hit, so just bash him. Alright, sleaze everybody! Shielded, okay. Sleaze again. Okay, broke his shield that time. Embarrassing whistle for 10. This guy. Let's bash him. Alright. got 3 more stats. Hey. Squeeze them again! This guy has 4 left. Physical. 12. Let's just finish him up. Ow! Okay, he healed himself. Shoot them both. Squeeze them all! Okay. This dude. Buff. It's 3 bleeding. Let's puncture him. Stick. Okay, there we go. Bleeding. Let's tweak this guy down. Away. Hey, he himself. Shoot! Damage now to eat! Yeah. Got through it. Gator cheese. You're going to choose to not interrogate the biological means by which this stuff was produced. A nasty pastry. You wouldn't feed this to a dog, though you would throw it at a dog if the dog was clearly a threat. Okay. I am the terror. Turns out those gators should have been avoiding you. I am the terror that stalks the swamp. Somebody's old campsite. It looks trashed. Amidst all the garbage strewn about, you find a shiny 7/8 combo wrench with CW painted on the side. Hey, it's Charles' wrench. Who to help you find him? That's strange. Obviously it belongs to Charles, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would lose one of his tools carelessly, or the kind of guy who'd leave trash around his campsite. Look around more carefully. I discover weird tracks in the mud. Big clawed bipedal tracks. Maybe Gatorman tracks? And there's a spot where some kind of scuffle clearly happened. Oh geez, well that tears it. Charles Wallace must have gotten kidnapped by Gatorman. Maybe he dropped the wrench on purpose so a tractor. Are you there? And on this fridge is busted. Gonna be a headache at lunchtime. No dice. Force the door. Which muscle do I only have? E muscle. I have no XP to get any of this in this muscle. What's this? Safe hanging in an unsafe manner. Ceiling. Open it. Got a combination lock in. Sleeping Gatorman. Unless he's lying about being asleep. Don't let him lie. Sure. Okay, if you say so, what would you like to do as an alternative to letting this Gatorman continue sleeping? Search him. Ah, I got the safe combination. Open it. Score! More meat. Oh. This must be the second shift. Luckily, they're all facing the other way. Ambush. The rage jerk. Going to clobber Horatio. Clobber him first. 2 rage jerks. No, Horatio! Oh. Hot damage. Sleaze everyone. Two feet. Ouch. Oh no! Down she went. Now irritated. Use him. Lasso. Causing him to forget his intentions. Cool. This guy. Ah, and I'm dead. Trying again. Losing that fight filled you with determination. What you've determined is that in the future you should try winning fights instead of losing them. Bash him. Ow. Wait, she got poisoned for that? Ow. Excuse me. Instant armor. Poison him. Poison. That's should have probably poisoned that dude. Dead. Snake. Let's just finish him off. Hopefully he doesn't come after. Oh no. That's not good. Oh, that's not fair. The Weed Lord's stealing everything. Whoa, what? Okay, covered with scabs. Disgusting, clotted, discolored skin. Okay. This is going, I'd like to say, not amazingly. Let's go for another round. Break his legs. No, Horatio. Let's cook this guy. Cook this dude again. Go. Squeeze everyone. That dude. No, they're both really strong. Oh no. Sleaze everybody. Okay, tweet him. To this guy. Oh no, he's gonna. Okay. Aloof. +1 Moxie. A filter. Oh, arm. Stench arm. Have that already going. battery. Let's try going in with even more action this time. Okay, this time we're just gonna have her shoot everything. Just get everybody kind of softened up a bit. Never mind, that was a bad idea. Oh, I guess I just have to lose this. More muscle. Muscle left. 4. Still 4. Let's see. Go here. Go in inventory. This filter. Muscle. Muscle by 1. Muscle by 1. It's not enough. Search. Looking up to it. It's damp bait. Where'd that ticket look? No extra hobo. Wanderer. Oh! An ancient mammoth opera. Alright. This is definitely the most fustulent of the grulches you're carrying around. Cool. Moonshiner's cabin. Let's check that out. Air shack. What's this? Rotten stump is crawling with worms, and the worms are crawling within it. Chaotic mess of animal tracks leading in all directions. Identify several sets of tracks leading from the cabin. The duck tracks. Lengthy sequence of locations that are of zero interest to non-ducks. Oh, horses. Horses lead you to some water, but you don't drink it. I mean, why would you? It's nasty swamp water. Cow tracks. Oh, I got cow shoes. Human tracks. Let's call it an improvised latrine. Okay. Cat tracks. After 2 minutes, they lead up to a tree you're not willing to climb. If I'm being honest, it's really just a tree you're not capable of climbing. I was just trying to preserve your dignity. Badger tracks. In a few minutes, you realize this course of action might culminate in you encountering an actual badger. Terrifying animal. Absolutely the worst. Alright, well, I got some shoes. Makes you clop around like a cow. I just leave footprints everywhere. Alright. Ramshackle cabin or ram cabin shack? An old fire-powered still. You're pretty sure these aren't meant to be operated indoors. It's full of ashes, but they're cold. Seems like no one in here. Spare tire leaning against the wall. Red pattern on this tire identifies it as a Lincoln. Sounds like an impressive piece of deduction, but honestly, top hat and beard were a dead giveaway. Whoever was here must have left in a hurry. There's still a poker game in progress. You draw cards until you beat all the hands that were left on the table, then collect your cards. From who? This pot has been demoted from soup to chamber. Of soggy bedroll. Terrible shack can find an even worse place? I do. Right? I don't even know what that's about. Pissed Got an eyeful of those two big palookas over there. Pissed? Molly points out two burly men dressed in leather and furs, burying the body of a dead gatorman. Well, considering the swampy ground, they're less burying it, more just covering it in mud. They look in surprise as Molly saunters over nonchalantly. What's the dope, Bruno? You fitting a lizard with a Chicago overcoat? Nah, doll, it ain't that. Ain't it? My peepers ain't... Oh, jeez, Buck, come look at this. Take a look at the closer look at the body of the gatorman before it disappears in the mud. He's dressed in some kind of uniform with an official-looking cap, epaulets, and a big canvas bag. These two mugs must have gone and blipped on Mailman. That's a caper that'll bring the G-Men down on you like a ton of bricks. Oh, look, we did it. Tell it to Sweeney. But don't flip your wig, sugar. We ain't pigeons, and we won't rat you boys out to the flatties. I appreciate that, miss. We've set up something of a trading post here for leather goods and the like, if that tickles your fancy. Consider my options. Ooh, a leather store. Let's go and have a look-see. Leather jackets aren't exactly in style. Maybe not Buck, but a gator skin handbag is always the Ritz. Go check them out. Nothing to see here. Careful of him or he might tan your hide. Something to say about the dead gator? Where I didn't know he was a mailman. Would never intentionally hunt a mailman. I never accused you. Ah, hell no. Me and my big mouth. He was in my way, you understand? Had no idea he was a mailman. Never would have touched a mailman if I'd known. And my brother, he had nothing to do with it, understand? I swear it. What's wrong with killing a mailman? Listen to yourself. Can tell you ain't a hunter, alright? Most any species is fair game for hunting, but mailmen are protected by international treaty. Last hunter I knew who hunted a mailman got pulled up by the International Criminal Court and mailed to Mars. Is he okay? Obviously he ain't okay. Don't joke with me. That's the nightmare scenario for a hunter. Getting mailed to Mars? Sends shivers down my spine, it does. Who are you? Me? Ain't much to my story. I'm a hunter by the name of John Leathers. If you can't tell from the accent, I'm from Albion. As a toddler, I hunted small game like mosquitoes and gnats, then moved on to foxes and voles and such as I grew up. I like the game over here, but I've got my eye on the greatest hunt of all. What's that? Big picture. I'd like to build a ladder to heaven so I can hunt the dinosaur. That's more of a 5 to 10 year plan, though. I don't think that's how either ladders or heaven works, but I guess it's good to have a dream. Would it be more practical to build a time machine? Now that's just ridiculous. Whoa, never been asked so many questions before. You can talk the talk, alright, but what about hunting the hunt? I got work that needs doing, but I ain't going out while they're searching the swamp for the sod who killed their mailman. They find me, I'm dead. You don't have to be a leatherman to know which way the wind blows. What are you asking me exactly? Working on something real important. But I need 5 gator hides, even a place you might find them. Scoped it out myself. Couldn't be easier unless it was a smaller number of gator hides. This project, not so fast. Get going then. Hi there, looks like you've got quite the trading post in the swamp. Paul can't speak. Can't or won't? Don't. You become mute, Paul? Now that's a very personal question. Sorry, it ain't a hobby. It ain't a problem. It's just a hobby to make observations on the nature of questions. Basically, Paul lost his tongue in a poker game. Oh, that's awful. Back home, we play our strip poker high stakes or not at all. Yikes. Condensed swamp gas. Imagine if Reader's Digest branched out into the sewer treatment industry. Oh, +1 muscle. Not to be confused with Gatorman skin pants. These are pants made of skin and worn by Gatormen. Not sure what kind of skin they're made of. Yeah, let's get that. Let's get a pickaxe. Wait. Tool favored by miners for breaking rocks, removing hot dishes from ovens, trimming hedges, kneading dough, and catching baseballs? With a pick? Accept that. careful grits when enough butter or anything is edible. Alright, that might be enough to actually make something work. Federal must be John where John accesses the hunter's dream. Hunter's dream, if you have to ask, it's not meant for you. I want to go there if you prove yourself a hunter. Sack of genuine leather. It's empty. It's only made of genuine leather. It does not contain genuine leather. The ambiguity is clear now, and the person responsible for the original description has been sacked. Wouldn't go in there if I were you. Why? I don't like what you see inside. That egg is busted. Literally just a broken egg on the floor. Told you it weren't a pretty sight. I was looking forward to eating that egg all day, and come dinner time I only went and bloody dropped it. Is that a gator egg? No, I think it's from a dog. Sorry for your loss. That's why he's like, don't go in there, it ain't pretty. I dropped my dinner in there. I dropped that egg. Oh, the Gatorman village. A burly hunter treads into the mud, gives a holler. As he nears you, you see he's toting a shotgun under one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides over his shoulder. What are you doing? Swamp's no place for a little boy. Gators will eat you alive. Take this and get yourself a seat on the next bus out. Wow, that's it. Not enough money for a bus? Fine, take it, but go. I'm neat. Oh, okay, I'm not a little boy, by the way. Oh, man. Ah, fish! Fish in a sack. Let's keep fishing. Another one. Another fish. A mucky wormfish. That seems enough for today. Another one of those Gatorman kid sites. Charles came this way. It's similar to the previous one. A lot of Gatorman tracks, a lot of discarded trash. 15/16 combo wrench. I got Charles's other wrench. These guys seem pretty focused on their meal, their after-meal hygiene, and their after-hygiene rest, respectively. Mush Muncher, Meyer Chef, and the Rage Jerk. Well, let's just work on taking down the Rage. Just keep splattering them out of action points. Alright, 11. To eat that dude, because he heals. Okay, he just healed. Alright. Break his legs. Extra muscle. Stats. Took that at him and finish him off. Alright. Now we two-eat this dude. Mysticality. Oh, he's got high mysticality, so that'll be really good. Here we go. Got a gator stick. Alright. Nasty pastries. And a swamp mushroom. This mushroom does not appear in any mycology texts because mycologists famously refuse to get their shoes wet. And a gatorman hide. Which is way less grisly. You collect a gator hide for that hunter. Way less grisly than it sounds. They're just carrying these things. Alright then. Here. Your village. A disgusting bird bath. 39 meat. Magpies and shiny objects. Gators are compelled to hoard all of grandfather's items. Ha ha ha. Is this a ghost? While this is hardly the strangest thing you've seen over the last few days, it's definitely pretty weird. It looks like a ghostly man, most obviously his head. You just barely make out his body if you squint. Reach out to touch him, but your hand passes right through. He doesn't respond to any attempt to his hand, but instead seems focused on something you can't see to the left of that a disgusting fly-covered. It's the novelty sort of wears off, see there. Okay, get on about your business. Unlike most of the hanging sacks of gore in places, this one. Gatormen put their rocks away when they get done. Boulder blocks the entrance. Muscle. Muscle. Push this rock over. Slide pants back on. Building is way larger than it looks from the outside, and it's absolutely full of sleeping gator. Grinding time, baby! Mush Muncher. Speed Lord. To clobber the. Sneezes. Lees again. Lord down. Right. Cover him. Be able to just mind blast that guy. Oh my lands, he just healed literally everything back up again. Alright. Hot. Hot damage. Mind. Now physical damage. Yes. Got another Gatorman hide. Oh, hey, Horatio got stronger. Only good Gatorman. Ooh. I almost have enough. Almost have enough. Pretty easy to make this song creepy by placing it in a disturbing context, but they really outdid themselves here. Scream Mouth. It's a scream, increasing all of its out stats and decreasing its two Meyer chefs. Clobber him and break his shield. Sleeves. More sleeves. More sleeves. And more sleeves. And now let's take out one of those dudes. They're all buffing guys. So. Alright, that guy's finished off. Got 9 mysticalities. Let's turn that on him. Now it's to eat him away. There we go. 2 Gatorman hides. 4. Need 1 more, so I'm just gonna look around out here. Wait, it's not too late to turn tail and run. Turn their tails into dust. Weed Lord Screammouth Rot Tooth. We gonna need to do a Weed Lord? Okay, let's go back first. Get his muscle down a bit. Weed Lord, out of the question. Splatter! Go. We tweet this guy away. Oh, that's a rot tooth. Oh no. Ratio, no. Be proud, Molly. No! Templative. But I didn't want to do. Alright, just shoot everybody. Oh, sleaze everybody now. Screammouth, this one's... Let's try and get the tooth down. Dude. There we go. Bit better. Oh, wow. That was a lot of damage. But we won. Alright. Black shape looms into view. At first it's difficult to make out from the silhouette, but it's a massive shadow brute. It doesn't immediately react to your presence, perhaps it's facing away, although again it's hard to tell. Its movements, it seems to be eating something. Another shape, a flappy batwing shape, it unfurls itself on the brute's shoulder and screeches noiselessly at you. The brute starts to turn around. Oh, boy. Okay. That's... Damn it. Clobber him. Reduce his muscle. Okay. Give them have high mysticality, so I'm just gonna swap. Alright. A little further away. Got those hides you needed. Need? Got news for you. Don't need them. You keep them. That was just a test. Wanted to see if I could trust you with real work. Seems I can. Ready for some hunting? And if it was a test, I think I should get paid. Paid for a test? You're all mixed up, mate. The test is to get paid work. Labor is labor, and I don't work for free. Also, you said it was paid at the start. Better not mention that you've done a whole lot of work for people for free on this whole adventure. If Jesse ever asks for rent, you're going to be in trouble. Really makes you think of how the position of saving the world from shadows and lizards favors with those financial privilege. Alright, you'll stop screaming about it. Truth is, I got no need for 5 gator hides. My ambitions are far bigger. That Paul, you know he's mute. I'm working to build him a leather tongue. What do you need for that? 10 gator hides. Okay, I can do that. Great. Thrilled. So many gator hides. I want to look up Mudhenge and see what you do with Mudhenge. Okay, so there's an audio key that I need to listen. Frog Bog. Stop and hang out with them. Frogs are talking? Ribbit. Hey. You clear your throat. There was a frog in it. Haha. Maybe you don't use that joke. Hello, frogs. Human. Bit. Not humans. Bit. Not. Frogs are not humans, right? Know that? The humans are human, dummy. Don't be rude about it. It's not like I meet humans trapped in frog bodies every day, though. How did this happen? Ancient cave, frog curse, blood statue. Cave. Did you all stop talking except for one frog? Frogs all share, all frogs share, share, single, all frogs share. Single mind, okay. All frogs share a single mind. Wow, that's incredible. This changes, actually, you can't think of any significant consequences of what you've just learned. You can't remember the last time you interacted with a specific frog as an individual, and it was... Uh-oh, that was biology class. Better not bring that up. Is there some way I can help you? One of the larger frogs hops up to you and coughs loudly. A shiny green object flies out of its mouth and sinks into the water. Grab it. Roll up your sleeve and plunge your hand into the nasty water. Your fingers find a hard object which turns out to be, wow, shiny. What should I do with this? A second frog approaches you and belches up a soggy piece of paper. Decide to look at it instead of touching it with your hand. It appears to be a shipping label from a nearby quarry. Careful, look. The ribbit. Careful, careful. Right. Back to Mudhenge. Buy sack, 120 meat, sail final. As you enter a clump of mangrove trees, or whatever kind of trees those are, you come face to face with a bearded gatorman. I'll buy the sack. Got Lead Lord Fetish. Heals HP to an opponent equal to your muscle. Gator Cheese. And a Swamp Eel Hat Band. Ew. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Gator Man. The crazed Gator Man appears out of nowhere and is camping at the bit to make sure you're nowhere 5 minutes from now. Clean his clock! Mush Muncher. Mysticality. Got him. Moment. Lady? Hey, back. Oh. There we go. In the heart of the henge, 4 new druids flock around an altar in an unchoreographed ritual. One look at you, and they just absolutely lose it, gnashing and wailing, including your presence here constitutes some kind of affront. You're not welcome here. Where you are welcome, and where they'll put you is 6 feet under. Any trouble? An interloper! Henry, oh please do kill him, you must! I have no objection to nudism, but I will fight. Not looking if that's what you're worried about. Why don't you kill him, Camilla? You won't find it any different to here. You think you might be done soon. We shall eat him, won't we? And then we'll live forever, won't we, Henry? Oh, gosh, okay. Time to fight. Bloodthirsty nudists. Trying to cast a devastating spell. Increasing all enemy stats by 8 and healing them for 8. Well, I have to cook this dude. Cook that dude twice. I'm just gonna sleaze everyone. Here we go. Let's use something terrible. Let's to eat her down. I have to deal with one guy. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay. Do 8 damage. 8 damage is enough. Alright. 24 XP. Jason, the 4 nudists scatter, each to a separate corner of the earth. At last, the non-literal beating heart of Mudhenge. You draw near, the needle in your compass spins wildly. It's on the... There's the question, of course, of what exactly you're hoping to find here. Meat, please, and lots of it. Needle spins smoothly clockwise until it doesn't. Seized by a clear magnetic force, the tremulous twitches violently. Cardinal and non-ecclesiastical directions. It's horrible, upsetting sight, and it feels like a mercy killing when, with a gasp of inexplicable breath, the needle falls still, its head pointing toward the west-north arch. West-north arch? Okay. Not supposed to happen. I don't even know what Mudhenge was built for in the first place. Let's get out of here. The west-north. Oh. This is quite... Well, this is quite another henge altogether. The mists of Mudhenge have parted, and now you stand before the great husk of an antebellum riverboat grounded upon the swamp shore. Wreck of the Longfellow. The of your compass bends its neck to point urgently towards the ship's top deck. You don't know how a compass needle can contort itself like that, but it's very unpleasant to watch. There's meat, and I'm gonna find it. Forge ahead with great purpose. In one of those Gatorman sites. Another Gatorman camp, alright. There's 4 more wrenches. A 31 seconds, a 63 64s, a 127 128s, and a 256 256. 1. Charles must carry one heck of a toolbox. They're laid out in the shape of an arrow pointing toward a nearby hill. We see some sort of fort in the distance, apparently hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. Gotta be where the Gatorman. Charles' complete wrench set. Rather selfish, shellfish. Notice that Proton has set up camp and gathered a horde of shiny pebbles. Search it. I got a crusty roll. One man's trash is another's crusty roll, to quote Shakespeare, if you believe he even wrote those plays. Ugh, okay. Oh, it's fine for nature to reclaim the shipwreck, but this plant doesn't look so happy about it. Fight for your right to make metal stuff. Riverboat. Look it. Look it again. Look it again. Sweet. Done. So, what glittering prize has lured these rubber-necked stink bugs and bees to this glue? Alright. Baited bugs! All peaceful efforts have failed. Battle stations! Oh gosh. Oh no, so much poison. Alright, Form of stink bugs. Come again with my brain powers. And with my brain powers as well. Sleaze damage everything. Now, to eat that swamp. I just have to deal with all the poison from... Oh no, Horatio! No, Horatio, he's gonna die. Horatio. Okay, wait, I can cure poison, right? Cures poison. Chomp. No longer poison. Alright. That one's gone. That one's now gone. There we go. Okay, swamp honey. Sticky glob of honey made from the pollen of the fetid swamp. Increases stench armor. Luck to all the bugs. What was it in here that had those bugs so intrigued? A little bit of meat, and well, look at that. Another thing in the trunk is a magazine about model trains. Those bugs got their little bite marks all over its pages. Funny. These creatures may look different, but they like a model train, just the same as you. Yeah, something to think about next time I play with my kids. Alright, let's head up the ship. Time of your life. Steam proof. Whoa there, there's enough steam to steam a car. You wouldn't steam a car, don't steam yourself. Try the combination with six spaces, which means only six possible combinations. My foot. No 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's not the combination. The original lock. Your lock. God's. Oh. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Break wooden wheel in the final stages of wheel of death. Comic spokes you can make out a message called in blood or red in Dan, all broke upon thine wheel. Okay. Freshman's cart has been scavenged of all nourishment to the paper menu which you could not eat. Saffron crab on a cracker, seasoned eggs, crab under napkin, chicken a la crab, leaf dressed crab. Wait, I can't eat the menu. Not even the distressed passengers of the doomed fellow resorted to that. The wrecking of a ship exerts a dreadful psychological toll on all those poor souls trapped aboard. No one can understand their special torment except by experiencing it. You've come pretty close, you think, by wandering on board well after the fact and munching on a menu. Sure. Speaker faulty, still broadcast with it. Make it work. It's not that easy. It's inside. Oh, I have a fuse. Replacement fuse think it displaced the transmission when you had caught only garbled fragments. And be that it? Have you finally fixed that infernal machine? Will ye nod once if you can hear me? Yes, it's working. Afraid I can't hear ye, landlubber, only see ye. Now do ye mind if I call ye landlubber? Yes. Yes, ye be fine with me calling you that. No. Then landman it must be then, till we can make the proper introduction. Speaking of which, this is Captain Dan of the Riverboat Longfellow. It gives me no pleasure to report that my vessel has run aground here in this fiendish and soggy fen. I call it Davy Swamp's Locker. We few survivors be trapped up in the wheelhouse. What happened here? You shrug in a very general way. Wandering about all this, are you? Well, the longer fellow is a pleasure paddler. We paddle the east coast and show the passengers the time of their lives. This last sail, a sparkling black cloud, otherworldly it was, hurled us off course into this violent bog. Pleasure paddle fast turned to pain paddle as our vessel were overrun by creatures and nasties. Only 5 souls in mine remained of the voyage, trapped up here in the wheelhouse for, well, how long only the boat gods. Hoping to find a lot of meat there. Never was one for charades, landman, but if I'm understanding you correctly, the answer is no. A jellyfish. Oh, wow, okay. Nothing for it, I'll have to press on. Wheelhouse? Make the shape of a wheel and a house with your hands and then shrug. Know ye the parts of a boat, landman? 2 levels above ye be the main deck, and there ye will find the captain and his wheel. Not on a boat may be higher than a captain. Does he know where you are? If you're wondering how I know you're aboard, landman, I have me bendy telescope to thank. Not much for us to do, trapped up in the wheelhouse, but hold the bendy telescope and look through the bendy telescope. Ye didn't ask for this, I know, and ye must feel like the unluckiest landman in the world, but there be 5 innocent souls in the wheelhouse with me, blocked by broken pipes, spewing scalding steam. Will ye help us? I ask that ye enter the most private of boat parts, the hull, where the wildlife has done defilement most foul to our steam pipes. Funny, be it not, that the same steam that gave life to this boat also took it for most of its passengers. I think we are only beginning to understand the nature and whims of steam, but that be a mystery for another day. Yeah, okay, code to the hull door be the birthday of the longer fellow, January 4th, 1845, but there be a catch. I ain't talking about what day we used to haul up for Friday for lunch, Friday lunch, crabs and such. Can't really remember the date format we used on that lock. It could be standard, that is, month, day, year, or international, day, month, year, or more likely maritime basic, year, month, day, or maritime plus, which be that backwards. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I'll figure it out, landman, I be sure. Hey. Sailor can dream of no greater horror than a smushed. Captain Dan. Speak Captain Dan. Code again. January 4th, 1845. Okay, so it's 1418. Okay, so it's 0104 1845. But it could be in any one of those formats. So. Okay. 1, 4, 8, 5. That's not it. You're starting to understand what drove someone to claw out the door in frustration. Okay. Right again. 4, 1, 8, 5. Oh. Okay. 4, 5, 8. 4, 5. So 1, 4. Okay. The different... the different ways it could be. Month, month, day, day, year, year. Day, day, month, year, year. Or year, year, month, day, day. But those would both be zeros anyway. 0, 4. It would be 0, 0, 1, 4, right? Or that backwards. Okay, so 4, 5, 0, 0, 1, 4. 1, 4. 4, 1. 4, 5, 0, 0, 1, 4. Oh, okay. This again. 4, 1, 0, 4, 5. No. That not right. Okay. Okay, that's what it is. Someone on scene basically said it's maritime plus but weird. Large crate labeled inflatable water slide. Handwritten message scratched in the wood. Don't tell the guests about the water slide. I don't care if they're expecting the time of their lives. 5 hours of pain and suffering to put it together, and they only use it once. We're going to die on this boat. Needle governs a lone needle governs this gauge. Machine is its own. Mechanic its own. Gauge has no controls and nothing that can be used. Oh, wait. Shadow pocket. Got another shadow rope. Yeah. Make trouble. Wait. It's just really... Combat area is really dark for some reason. To hook these guys. Them again. And just sleaze everybody. Let's eat this charcoal briquette. Get rid of the poison. Wheat down one of those Swarms of bugs. No, they attacked my bird. Takes a lot of poison damage to weak the birds away, and he heals. Bugs bug out, being alive. Laundry facilities, including this hand-operated washing machine, are kept well below deck. Guests don't want to see how the sausages... I got an unglorious tiara, fit for a disgraced queen. Cabinet boy, I got deckhand's pants, but a deckhand wears on their deck legs. You can't wear them because you have regular legs. Note is taped inside the cabinet. The sailors of Poseidons and Poseidons. Remember your date formats. Standard, maritime plus, maritime minus. Oh. Make your own date, Poseidon. Make your own date formats. Be creative. There's a second page, maritime humor. Read it. The favorite pirate's favorite part of the boat, the starboard. What's a sailor's favorite joke? Land. Leave it all alone. Ag. Alright, let's just hit this thing. Oh, hey, it can move. You up there? Gesture the lack of steam. Fine work, Steam Banisher. I'd like to shake your hand, which is the custom we have to see. Meet us on the top deck. Alright, so just hitting the needle. Move the steam. A confession, friend. Rarely would I put me trust in a landman, but to come this far, you've proved you have the true heart of a sailor. Yes, I keep it in a jar. Once again, I can't hear you, friend, but I hope you weren't joking around about keeping the heart of a sailor in a jar or something similar. Captain Dan likes as much as any shippy, but there's something no man nor beast should ever joke about, and that's sailor death. I think we can all agree on this. Not getting to joke about dead sailors is the highest form of some ship. I'm afraid I must tell you, we have a new problem. You may have dealt with the steam pipes, but now would be locked in the wheelhouse, except you find the key in the crow's nest. You know how crows be. Wait, what? Now please hurry, some of the passengers in here be getting hungry, and I don't mean for a nibble on the bendy telescope. Stairs down to the boat's main deck. Leaving unattended bags on the deck. Is that a Poseidon or a Poseidon? Poseidon. No, it's a Poseidon. Oh, okay. I got another battery. Three outhouses, all alike in dignity. A clipboard on the side of the structure informs you that these outhouses were locked up by deckhand Pat once again. Bosun C.C. David. Brackish soap burbles in the bottom of the barrel. The remains of David, grim and foul smelling. Okay. Open this. Tomb meat. In some alternative universe, the bag is filled with fabulous treasure. Hello. Hello. Nothing of value, only a scrap of handwritten letter. But having said that, Martha, the boat has taken a sharp and sickening turn into a black and shimmering tear in the sky itself. I fear we are headed for land with unsafe speed. Grateful if you could call your father and rescue me from this impending unpleasantness. I will get this letter away to you promptly. After first swamp that man. Okay. I want to fight this guy. Let's just cook him down. Okay. Giant ghoulish crow asserts unchallenged dominion over the boat's top deck, and he rules not through love but fear. What is scarier than a crow? Me, I am. What's that? A human? Outscare a crow? If you figure a way to do it, then let the rest of us know, would you? For you'd be the first in the history of the world. Invent avian obscenities. Crow pales like a dolphin at the guillotine and scurries away as fast as its giant wings can flap. It's supposed to be guillotine, but it's not spelled right. What's this stuff? Not for binoculars, although with the binoculars missing, the opportunities for sightseeing are minimal. Also, you're in a swamp. Look through it anyway. A few feet out of the riverboat's carcass, a frog is fighting off a heron with a whip. Rarely are you afforded such a close-up view of nature. There's a skeleton hiding in the apple barrel, bobbing along with a few apple skeletons. Okay, here's the wheelhouse, not the wheelhouse. Last, the wheelhouse. Your compass is going wild. The money must be inside. Crow's got the key, landman. Had a spare in here, but we ate it one day to stave off cannibalism. Oh, maze of twistedly filled crow holes. Got crow bullion. Longer fellow ring. Wheelhouse key. Scare him. Tear an encyclopedia in half, stare into its soul. Okay, let's see what I have. And mysticality is 5. Buffs, okay. So reporter's cufflinks. Mysticality. Crow's dark feathers run white, and with the last vestiges of its strength, he abandons the deck and the communal nest. Though the new and very serious captain has not even met us yet, he has already made a big stink about my having one beer while we were on charter. I have half a mind to jump ship and take this little table with me because I own it. So it is fine for me to write anything here without anything between the paper and the surface. Shatter his mind. Take 17 muscles to smile, use 100. Right, what do I have that can really boost muscle? Didn't eat that then. Go through with this. True grits. Assuming this item will replace the effect of that. Oh. No, never mind, because it's not going to do any good. It's not going to do anything good. It's still not going to do enough. Makes me longer. Okay, what does this do? I don't need to fight the crow. I can do this. I can just spack up. There we go. Shatter his mind now. Crow staggers overboard, grasping at his last scraps of sanity like a sudden tear in a bathing suit. This power of yours, it's one to be used responsibly. No, it's not. Fright the bird. Actions, not words. Flex your tongue with malice. The whole swamp now is fertilized and it hatches with the mutterings of a man who gobbles up the courage of crows like so much country stew. So mythic is this figure, nobody would believe that you, a mortal, is he unless you show them. The first farmer to stick a scarecrow in his wheat fields was never really satisfied with his creation. Sure, it worked, but it didn't look like what he'd seen in his mind. The thing he saw those thousands of years ago was you. In this moment, you are the scarecrow. You have always been the scarecrow. Yes! Alright. Click, clack, done. Creaks reach your ears before the creak reach your eyes. Suspended from the ceiling, this boxy thing gives motions, lurches left, right, and down, straining at the springs grafted to its back. There's no ship's captain, no passengers, no meat. This automaton, this creature, is the only living thing in the wheelhouse, if you called it that living. Captain Dan? A landman in me wheelhouse. 'Tis the most dreaded day by every sailor, a worse fate than a chomping by the chitinous beak of frightful Scylla. I can only guess that the boat's being on land has imbued you with extra powers, allowing you to make it this far. You're Captain Dan? Aye, though the crew would joke my full name ought to be Dangerous Machine. That is only a joke. I go by Danny Machine, which is in short for Dangerously Machine. Was I not supposed to rescue you from the wheelhouse? I'm afraid ye've been a passenger on me riverboat ruse. Weren't me that needed saving from the steam, the crows, and the bugs, but ye that needed killing by them. It was harsh. A machine I be, landman, made to follow instructions. The instructions were to captain this riverboat, show all those aboard the time of their lives. The time of their lives, you see, time being beginning, middle, and end. To fulfill me task to its letters, I had no choice but to ram the riverboat into a monstrous swamp and terminate every living soul on board. Right, some question. Water away. That's how we say fire away at the sea. Any chance you got a huge amount of meat stashed up here? Meat? Ah, I've no use for it. I wonder why Mudhenge sent me here then. Mudhenge? You be thinking Stonehenge, landman? Why do you have to try and kill me? I'm not a passenger. Aye, and ye be alright for a landman. Har har. Only teasing, but me instructions require to show all aboard the time of their life. So once ye board the craft, ye become my responsibility. Rather, I'd say your quibble is with the writer of me instructions, not me. So you'll just kill everyone who comes across this boat. Can't promise it, but yar, I'll give it the old college try. Old water college, that is. Starting to doubt your command of nautical knowledge. Doubt me command, do ye? Mutinous talk, shut your land lips. Who made you this way? Master Longfellow had a dream, landman, and that was to make things in his world just a little bit longer. Thought he could give his customers a longer journey aboard a riverboat, ye see, if the captain weren't a human, with all the attendant problems and flesh, but an automaton requiring neither breaks nor salary. It was nice seeing you, Captain. Good riddance. Compass needle oscillates violently. Turn it off. Just like that, it reverts to its normal function, pointing west. There's never any meat here, just some electrical interference confusing your compass. Never happened at Stonehenge. Address him. The logic is a little strange. Whispering land lies, lad. What ye believe to be faulty reasoning is mere misfires in your rotting brain. To me, a perfectly correct creature of logic and a model sailor to boot. What I've done as captain be not just logical, but very, very good and smart. Oh, you've misinterpreted the time of your life. Misinterpret? The only miss I know, landman, is that powerful mistress we sailors call the ocean. I be a sailor, ye know it. If you were a sailor, you'd know your Pasai do's and Pasai don'ts. Aye, what of it? I hardly need a lecture on me Pasai do's from a land leech. Killing your passengers and crew is, to me, a big Pasai don't. Dangles uncomfortably from his rod grafts. Even I, a landman, know that. Captain Dan's wooden noggin starts to spin like an owl on a merry-go-round. Do you know less about the sea than a landman? Captain Dan's limbs spin and spin, threatening to overheat, until instead he whimpers into non-existence. Feared you the most, Tony always did. For all his faults of logic, he fancied himself a sailor to his wooden bones. And it is a tenet of nautical prophecy, the only thing that can kill a sailor is a man from the land. Alright, it wasn't a lie though, the Bendy telescope was real. Leave Dan shattered into wormwood food. His anchor laying in automation hell, automaton hell. No longer shall he menace land or sea. This little patch of swampland is safe once again. if not especially desirable to visit or live. It's my riverboat now, buddy boy. Sea captain can only survive so long. Ship's radio still broadcasts, though only to an empty and derelict riverboat, swearing to the microphone. Due to the radio's limited broadcasting area, the filthy and unprintable words in your mouth blast a horrible smell across the country. At this exact moment, many miles away, the creature's eyes snap open for the first time. The Federal Radio Commission has been born. Take the wheel. So, I assume you mean take it with you and not take control of the ship. I got the steering wheel. A traditional wooden ship's wheel in a non-traditional location. Pocket. Fair enough. Marks on this table surface. If anyone used this to write, they put something underneath the paper, which is commendable etiquette, but not helpful for your reconstruction of historical. So what does this do exactly? It makes me longer. Right, I did that without having to fight anything. Had to juggle some food around. Let's examine the log. Bring your hands lightly over the cert. Across the out the carpenter's mark. H. It stands for Valley Hardware or Versatile Hog. If you haven't met the Versatile Hog yet, you don't want any part of that. You don't want any part of that at all. Lock shakes it like that. Okay. I'm not exactly interested in opening up that lock. Right, I need to find Charles Wallace. Okay. Let's go to... Oh, no, the Gatorman Fortress. Send a flock of shadowy bats. Okay. Got a lot of spooky armor. Not take more than 5 damage at a... Okay. Stilton Splatter! Splatter them again! Splatter them one last time! And in one shot, they are gone. Back to your Baja's album cover, you stupid bats. Ooh, what's this? Increases muscle and by 1, max HP by 11. Well, I will attempt to do some assaulting the enemy fortresses, but I am inclined to say I do not wish to do that tonight. Because I am genuinely very tired. What is this? Constantly damaging. Radiate both strength and an ever-present powerful cloud of cheese smell. You know what? Let's just try this first fight. Oh, I can sneak past them. Okay, they're just sparring, or this is how Gatorman arguments work. Wait a minute. Sneak past them. Okay, so I can't sneak past them into the building. I have to fight them. Great. I want to try out this one skill. Human trespasser, sound alarm. Hey, hey, alarm, kill human. Oh boy. Alright. Speed Lord, a screen off. Page. Go for the rage. Deuces. Oh, okay. That's interesting. 8 mysticality, 10 mysticality, 11 mysticality, 5. Okay, so this guy. I'm gonna cook this guy first. Cook him twice. Just splatter it. I thought I had more ability points than that, but maybe I lost that buff. Do we go? No, Horatio! He lived. Okay. Just clobber that dude and get him out of that. Oh, we just lost her. Can you smell me? Yes, apparently I have an ability that just makes me stink really badly. It does damage to all enemies over time. Yep. Strong enough. Hey, it can't do what it was planning to do. Just beat it down, then. And done. Gator Punch. They drink it, but that doesn't mean they like it. Okay, then. Charles? Oh, a gator forge, presumably for hammering on terrible gator metals. Bunch of gatormen. Wait, what's the actual collective noun for gatormen? A cruelty? A depravity? Anyway, this bunch of gatormen are so shocked or drunk to see a human stroll in their front door, they haven't attacked you yet. Do one more fight. One. Mush Muncher, Hot Tooth, Rage. Shoot the. Okay. That dude is now incredibly high moxie. Mysticality, I should say, so I can just blast him. Sleaze everybody. Sleaze everyone once more. Now 11 and another 11. That's this guy. Oh wow. Okay. Well, he just poisoned himself, so that'll make my job easy. Pinch damaged him. Now, tweet him away! Tweet it away! Done. The Gator Man hide. Oh, that's right. I need to bring 10 of them back to. How many Gatormen do I have? 7. Charles! A cage! Cage with Charles in it! Charles, shh, they'll hear you! Right. Oh, right. Am I glad to see you, kid? Thought I was a goner. You're the adventuresome type and all. You know how to pick a lock? Only with the appropriate shaped key. Get it off their leader. I think his room's down the other end of the hall. Okay, I'm back. Gatorman Fortress's kitchen. This is kitchen only in the sense that it's a place where food, quotes, is prepared. Nothing of value on the shelves, probably not even by Gatorman standard. Remains of an awful, awful meal. Nasty pipe sticking out of the wall, it probably leads to the outside, but ugh. We'd rather fight a whole herd of gatormen than have to crawl through that thing because it smells terrible. Must be the gatorman's dinner bell. It would be nonsensical and cruel to ring the dinner bell without making dinner first. Nonsensical and cruel is the gatorman's standard of behavior. Let's not sink to their level. Even if gatormen bother to cook their meals, they probably don't cook them in an electric stove standing in 18 inches of water. Fair play. Fair enough. They are exercising and blocking my way. Wow, there's so many of them. Screammouth, the Weed Lord, Fire Chef. Let's go ahead and boost that Betty. Okay, so he broke his shield. Splat. Okay. Took his brains. Okay, he's got 6 HP. Is he not dead? Okay, have anything that gives me more AP? Clobber Horatio. Hit everyone. Fight Molly. Let's lasso him. There, now he can't do anything. 11. Guy's got more moxie, so let's just beat him and drop his stats a lot. Ouch. Horatio, look out! Gun everybody down. Okay. Count most of them. Alright, splatter him. He's still not gone. Okay, just eat that dude out. Is so strong. Gonna heal. You guys are just break his legs. Yes, yes, breathe it in. I should have burned him. Still works. 100 meat, swamp. XP. Hey, go away. Hole leads down into a massive underground chamber. You think Gatorman's taste in books as bad as everything else. Keeping the rust off your iron fist, don't eat your henchmen, tips for new rulers. Spot welding guide for ad hoc fortresses. Yeah, these are all pretty much what you'd expect, except, well, here's one that seems to be interesting. Bones and how to crack knuckles. Read it? Crack knuckles. Knuckle down. Right, got a new ability now. This is the real seat of power. Flush. 40 XP for that. We found the least comfortable chair in the world. Right, down we go. Too long of a drop for how scared you are of drops. And where do I go? Big rusty chemical barrel. Investigate. Chlorofoam. Get out. Leave it alone. Fish. I caught a drowsy, slimy noodlefish. Okay. I got another one. Got another one. What's that? This shoebox is waterlogged. A real sure of noun. Hey, I got some wide loafers. Box disintegrates. Widens my gate. I'd almost be worried. It's that one, okay. Loose length of rusty chain. Okay, that's how I get down the pit. I'm coming for you, Gator King. I'm getting Charles out of here. Private property, scram. Oh yeah. Don't know what this object is, but oh wait, it's got blood all over it. It's an altar. Huh. Oh, touch the pedestal. Here we go. I serious, go away. Touch the weird pedestal. Whatever this is, it's extremely broken. Try to fix it. Realign them. Move blocks around relative to each other until they start moving in a more satisfying pattern. Assuming you're a person who thinks a smooth circular pattern is more satisfying than a jittery sparks between chaos. Surely everybody's... has to be. I did the splits as I jumped through the one. By warning, I kill you. Is this some kind of ancient temple guardian or something? It's shooting out a bunch of tightly focused beams of light that science doesn't have a name for, which you can probably assume you don't want touching you. Avoid the beams. What is this? Just breakdancing or something? Okay, I made it. You worst. I destroy. Goliath kill. Oh. Wow, geez, that thing really did a number on this guy. Fish. Fishing time. Was not gator blood. Waste not gator blood, want not gator blood. Hematic eye. Okay, let's just search the puddle. I got the cursed key. Poke around the mulch, you found something kind of more or less like an iron key, except it's kind of blurry. It sizzles and twitches in your hand. This has to be the key Charles mentioned. Look at the hulking Goliath at the end of the hall. There doesn't seem to be anything beyond it, and it looks like it can squash you in an instant. Best go back and unlock Charles. Make your way quickly back up to the room where he was being held. Okay. Alright, Charles. Wide stomper here. Found the key? I think so. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that at all. I'll bet dollars to donuts that's the artifact we're looking for. Couldn't possibly be the key to this random Gator Man cage in the middle of nowhere, then, could it? Well, it might have some kind of key-related powers. I guess I'd advise against using it, but I don't see any other way out of this place. Okay, here it goes. Key shifts unpleasantly in your hand, buzzing and clicking through a jerky slideshow of shapes, as though searching for a particular slice of a higher dimensional object that will fit this lock. When it finally finds the right one, it jerks forward in your hand and twists and clicks the lock open. Hand feels numb. Thanks, Tony. Thought for sure my bacon was well and truly fried. Don't mention it, Charles. Let's just get the heck out of this dump. No further cause to stick around, apart from any unfinished side quests you have, but you can always come back for them later. You escort Charles back to town. Let's go! Tony, you found the cursed artifact and brought Charles back home safely. I can't express how grateful I am. I don't know what we'd do without him. Thank you so much. Well, it wasn't nothing, but you know. Yeah, I get it. Don't forget to uncurse the thing before you go to bed. This key seems like it has Okay, the key seems like it has the power to open any lock. That can be extremely useful. Would it be all that bad if I didn't uncurse it? I'm not gonna drag you into the machine and do it, but yes, I don't actually know what would happen if you don't uncurse it, but I assume it would be pretty bad. Look, you uncursed all the other things, right? Yes. Great, so go ahead and uncurse this one too, okay? Better safe than sorry. Hey, Charles. Thanks again for the rescue. I'd have been corned beef hash with a side of eggs if you hadn't showed up. Ah, it was nothing, Charles. I basically just followed your wrenches. Here's your wrenches back, by the way. Nice, I knew these babies would come in handy for something someday. Don't you use them for, like, wrenching? Yeah, the 7/8, yeah. The 255, 256? Yeah, not so much. Gotcha. Anything I can help you with? Alright now, Charles. Got Calliope's boon again. Physical arm. Sitting it. Let's uncurse the key. He jumps up to the roof of the dome, sticks there, shaking and keening. The lights in the store whine and flicker, then cut out completely. Dang it! Get it out. Only when the power is out does the key calm down and give up the most odious part of itself to the machine and drop back into your lap. Light returns to the store. Fixed it. We had a spare light bulb under the cat. We got an uncursed item. An uncursed key's curse lingers in the machine. It is itself an arcane lock, solved only by the projection of consciousness. Do it. Oh heavens, I appear to be me. I have assembled everyone just as you asked, Detective. The victim's wife and the two men who were present in the passenger car at the time. This truth of this murder continues to elude me, but no doubt you are soon to enlighten us with your great powers of deduction and observation. Is this that, what's it called? Murder on the Orient Express? That, Agatha Christie adventure thing? Inspect the body again. No, that wouldn't be fair to the other passengers who haven't had a look yet. I'll tell you what I know. 11:13 a.m., the passenger dropped dead in his chair after sitting down with his wife for a cup of tea. That time, Mr. Ryukinshi and Mr. Andretti were the only other passengers present in the car. Mr. Perry arrived later. The rest I leave you to deduce. Niccolo Andretti, a businessman. I told you, I've never even heard of this man. I know of Burgerworth College, of course. It's an excellent institution, but I didn't know he was a professor there. Now, come on, let's not delay our journey any further. I'm traveling with 19 suitcases of exotic rubber to make new and exciting wheels at the factory. Detective mode. Observe closely what you can deduce. Exotic rubber, eh? No doubt from the jungles of Almodovar, whose local brand of nicotine I smell on his collar. Of course, the rubber plants of Almodovar don't just yield material for bouncing tires, but an odorless poison, lethal when drunk in hot tea. But why would this man abet the murder of a stranger? I suspect the answer lies in the resume table and the name Perry. Okay, so I'm Sherlock Holmes too, possibly. Victim's wife. Moment's privacy, please, detective. Wait, she dabs eyes with a handkerchief embroidered. Morning rags and wipes. It had nothing to do with my husband's death and no reason to want him gone. He was a kind man and not a rich one. Everything he made he spent on the roulette tables. He owned over 700 of them. It's the largest collection in the world. We were traveling to Yorba Linda so the mayor could give my husband the key to the city, but that won't happen now. Sometimes the simplest answer is the correct one. She says she has no reason to wish her husband dead, but the chemical stain in her cuticles and the fingerprints on the window above, which she opened to dispose of the murder weapon, tell the tale more truly, but the nose reveals even more. Observe the zigzag pattern of the medical cleft below the nostrils. It's called Petrie's philtrum. It's a rare genetic condition she shares with Martin Perry, her son. Hey, is this Martin? Yes. It's as I said. Yes, the man was a professor of mine at Burgerworth College, and yes, he gave me a C and a D, but that's no reason to kill a man, wouldn't you agree? Besides, at the time of his death, I was in the lavatory trying to figure out what all the bits and pieces do. Perfect alibi, wouldn't you agree? He's right, a mere C and D are no reasons to kill one's professor, but is that the whole story? Observe how the boy tinkers with the fountain pen at the train lavatory. Fancies himself a mechanic, but he wouldn't get a foot in the door of that profession if his C or D stood for car dunce. Nobody would be able to hire him unless the professor awarded those ignominious unless the professor who awarded those ignominious grades died. In that event, every grade he ever gave would be voided, and this young man could take a plum job in car manufacture and start earning the big bucks. Yes, Detective? Tell me again what you know of this case. I have solved the murder. Okay. So... Martin Perry. Perry. It seems as though these were all, like... Never in doubt, Detective. Tell us what happened. The victim was poisoned by Martin Perry. Hold on now, that's claptrap. Everybody, that's a claptrap. Please, all will become clear. Exotic poison from the Almodovar rubber tree. To avoid car dunce so he could make tires for Mr. Andretti. Nonsense, I'd give that a B for bad. Careful now, don't be a fool. You were gifted with great powers of deduction and observation. Okay. Stains in her cuticles and prints on odorless poison in the Almodovar trees. Harry. Was she open to dispose of the murder weapon? Let's see. Was by her that. For that, okay. Works on cars. Professor has officially blacklisted him. Kill the professor. Avoid the grade. Pause for applause. I'm not ashamed. Any parent would do the same. As would any manager seeking new talent with interesting ideas about tires. If you call someone a car dunce, you're branding them for life, and you're responsible for anything that happens next. How awful! The three of them in it together. Tell you what, Detective. At the next stop, they can all get out and take the bus. Sick business. Got a mysterious owl ring? A gift from a train corner in a dream or in something. A wonderful, quite so, but a wonderful feeling, I think, to be possessed of great gifts, great powers of deduction and observation, and to use them. Here's another, a gift, that is, call it a reward. Got a mysterious owl ring. Nice ring, isn't it? Look what rewards accrue to the powerful. Look how the world reveals itself at your touch. Must take my... Okay, I guess I didn't do it right. Hmm. Hey, wait, what are you getting at? Victim was stabbed by you with falchion. Greed. You already solved the case. Do you not remember the ring? Okay, wait. Why? I checked my inventory. Okay. Flip it and return. You're a fool. I gave you great powers. I gave you the powers to back the... Really want to live in the dark without this power. Yes. Wouldn't sully that ring on the finger of a fool. Give it back now. You don't deserve it. I uncurse you. Okay, that's what we have to do. You have to kind of like mess up the thing intentionally. Hey, the uncursed key now is upgraded. Putting that terrible key on a chain has rendered it decorative. Or item. Who's someone famous who gave up great power? It's not famous, but my dad never eats more than he needs to at a buffet. I don't remember where I read this, but there's a rumor that Anne Boleyn had access to a tank but chose not to use it. No need, she said. You know who else had a tank? Walt Whitman. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm gonna wide step my way to the bed. Oh, time to pick a fourth store. Advanced pants, so something to do with pants. A table enchantee, magic utensils and the like, and the old chemiker. Let's go with the pants store. Install Longfellow's wheel at what you decide is the bow of your room. Ahoy! Oh, the bow of my room is over here. And I think it's probably better just going straight. Okay. Alright. Let's get some sleep. Deal with a crazy dream, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Uh-oh. Little girl. Over 22. Diary. Today's entry. Margaret. All others got to keep out under the penalty of law. Your diary. Yesterday our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me. Which isn't old for a kid, but is really old for a dog. He said we'll get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway. Some birthday. At school today, the teacher asked what we want to be when we grow up. I said I'll be God because then I can make sure all dogs live a long time and are always happy. Everyone laughed, and that big jerk Billy Gribsley said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead because that's nearly as good. He said a girl can't be president either. Well, I'll show him. I'm gonna make all kinds of laws about being nice to dogs. And I'll make being a jerk illegal too, so Billy Gribsley goes to jail and can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. Wait, is this Dark Noel's, like, origin something? Your desk covered in Ocean City paper. Poindexter, your insufferable bean counters. How's this time? What is it, Terrence? Madam Comptroller, I merely need your signature on these budget revisions. With this, the remainder of funds currently allocated to municipal services will be redirected to your shadow presidential campaign and your other projects. Sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured, I am only sparing you the details, which would make quite clear to me that you find intolerably boring. Transactions will be meticulously obscured through shell corporations, cutouts, offshore accounts, and the like. Right, good. You better not be skimming out more off the top than I'm willing to ignore. Certainly not. Record the announcement for your candidacy for Shadow President. Alright, to him, attention peons. Oh, don't call them peons, ma'am. And please try for a less utilitarian tone generally. Right. So, something like... What's cooking, my pals? Much too casual. My fellow citizens, I'm Margaret. That's weird. The levels went all funny when you said your last name. Don't worry about it. Hereby announce my candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. Nope. Sorry, ma'am. No. Start out by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay much attention to local politics. I've made it my mission to eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances. Rub you blind for all my... Okay, that's the better one. Reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for things that really matter. Things like family, prosperity, and freedom. Perfectly meaningless. Love it. Okay, then just call just a call to action to top it all off. A vote for me is a vote for you. Oh, that's great. Just perfect. Good. Is that all? Now we'll add all the legal stuff. This message, blah, 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 campaign for Shadow President stuff in post. Great. Time travel makes my guts itch. This guy is a yokel even by the standards of his time. Going to grease the wheels. Mayor Burby, I presume? I'm going to speak to you about the Crystal Dream Valley project. I want you to make the dam bigger, much bigger, and much more powerful. Here are some revised plans. A dam this large would flood the valley and displace hundreds of people, and besides the dam, as planned, would provide a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why do we need to make it bigger? Got a handshake agreement. What? I don't even know who you are. You want me to agree on this? Basically, I'm offering you the chance to shake hands with the handle of this large briefcase of meat. Oh, well, yes, I think this plan is viable. This desk is carved from a single block of tedium, the raw elemental form of tedium, the raw elemental form of boring work. There's a sheep in your office. What? Turns out a lot of the president's time is spent on ceremonial stuff that no one actually cares about. Pardoning the case in point, pardoning the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides know what a turkey looks like, apparently. Bah, pardon it anyway. The desk is covered in policy documents. Oh no, this is like the manager. The ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Give me a progress report on the SIT thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreary and unfestive there. All that math and science, it isn't holly or jolly. Screw your dang theme. Your job is dealing with the magical issues. I won't have that do-gooding interloper messing around in the library. There's too much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Crimbo's federal holiday status to the friggin' groundhog. You wouldn't. Go, get out of my office. Some dumb jock kid you have to give a presidential fitness award to. Get it over with. Brilliant. Final power. Here's an award for being able to climb the rope faster than any other kids, which is definitely important, and this is a great use of my time. Do I give a speech? Whatever. I'm out of here. Gator Man. Oh, this miserable beast. President strong. Make rich. Yes, I know. And yes, you don't have to remind me of the terms of our two-word agreement. For keeping your people mean and hungry? Yes, warriors mean, warriors hungry, good fighters. Right, you're my ace in the hole, this stinking mud hole. If I need to use force, you better stay on top of things if you want to make rich. Keep everyone worshipping at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake, don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw anything up down here, I'll turn you into wallets. Get me? Gulp. I get. We're going a little loopy. Duty calls again. This useless oak. More paperwork. How come nobody told me being president is all paperwork and talking to idiots? Sorry, man, but the unwashed masses gotta be kept in line while we mass power. Yeah, fine. I hereby sign this order declaring July 12th National Bread and Circuses Day. All citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and a free turn to the nearest suitable trapeze. Ma'am, I ain't sure of that. Who cares? Let Coolidge deal with it. What's he even for, anyway? This is all beneath me. Hellstrom, what does he want? Everything's fine and dandy, ma'am. I don't really understand what this shadow energy stuff is exactly, or why you aren't so gold-earned much of it, but the converters are spraying it out slicker and greased mice out of a Gatling gun. Plenty of slag left over to press into those weird monsters. Finally, some good news. So you'll meet the project deadline? Yep, though we'll need to expand the oil drilling operations some more. I need you to sign this permit so we can expand into lots 210 to 240. Sure, wait, 210 to 240? Is that a problem? My family's farm is 223. Well, ma'am, if you're wanting your weird black juice, we gotta get the regular black juice out of the ground first. Okay, fine. Sorry, Grandpa. Enough of this. Yeesh. All right. And with that, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you everybody for coming out to watch, and I hope to see you all on the next stream. Have a good evening, everybody. I am going to head myself off to bed. Very tired. Good night.